into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, once again, a beautiful Monday greets you, beautiful people. Welcome. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, on a Monday morning. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it right. Wakanda forever. It's been that kind of weekend, man. Of course, Black Panther premiered all across the world, and even right here in South Africa, our own celebrities and who's who came out to support what I think is the biggest movie release of the year. And we captured some of the sights, sounds, and scenes, and we'll show you that.
And it's broken box office records for its opening weekend, making gazillions of dollars, but it's all good. We'll have proper figures later on. Also, somebody that's just making our Monday morning is Kyle Deutsch is in the house. And you know what? We just can't get enough of this man, so we'll be seeing him a lot.
Well, and as we do, we're going to put him through his paces. Well, in fact, Zoe is. Are you ready to get back in the kitchen and represent?
Well,
Come on.
someone has to make breakfast.
Oh, okay. I just hope it's edible. Is it safe for human
Let's
consumption?
hope it's edible. That's the biggest thing. And then, of course, if you're a smartphone user, we can all do with a few hacks. Well, that's what we're doing in our daily tech update, bringing you some smartphone hacks.
Yeah, I hope you got one for like a cracked screen. I need to
Maybe make the battery life last longer, things like that.
It's looking terrible.
Like
Got a couple of glass splintered top. Okay.
Kind of forever.
Anyway, let's get to see what the weather looks like. Ewan, what's up?
Hey, good morning, team. To start a brand new week, let's kick it off with your weather and temperatures. Hope you're doing well at home, South Africa. Well, thunder showers forecast for the northern parts of the country, as well as in KZN and also some parts of the Eastern Cape today. Your temperatures, Polokwane starting off on 19 with the maximum 27. Mobela on 20 minimum with the maximum 31. Pretoria 18-28. Johannesburg 16-27. Mahikeng 18-28. Klerksdorp on 17 minimum with the maximum 29. Kimberley 18, your maximum 33 today. Bloemfontein 16-30. Richards Bay 22 and a high of 28. Pietermaritzburg 19-27. Durban 23 and a high of 27. Mthatha on 18 minimum with the maximum 26 degrees. East London 19-23. Cradock 15 minimum with the maximum 31 degrees. Port Elizabeth 17-24. George 16-23. Sutherland 11 minimum with the maximum 27. Cape Town 17-25. Worcester on 14 minimum 31 the maximum. And Springbok 12 and a maximum 28. And then Uppington, a very, very hot day expected, 19 minimum and a scorching 37 degrees later on. And also just remember to use water sparingly, especially if you are in Cape Town. That's a wrap of your weather. We'll keep you updated throughout the course of your Monday morning. I'm back just after 7.
Oh, thank you, Ewan. Well, the roads are busy, so let's take a first look, starting off in Gauteng and Crowthorne and Midrand. Now, there's traffic congestion on the R55 southbound. That's between Blue Hills and Arthur Avenue. That's in Crowthorne area, as well as in Midrand on Garden Road southbound, heading towards 8th Road. Then staying in Gauteng and Pretoria, there's heavy traffic on Rachel de Beer Street eastbound, heading towards Eskiam Bahlele Drive. Then in the Western Cape in Bellville, there's been an accident on the N1 inbound at Jip de Jager Avenue. No obstructions present, but there will be some delay, so please approach with caution. And in Rondebosch, traffic lights are not working. That's at Sandown Road intersection with Milner Road, so please treat that as a 4-way stop. That's where I leave your traffic. Another update coming your way in half an hour.
Pharmadynamics, effective, affordable healthcare.
If you've just joined us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, a little look at Facebook right now on our Facebook page. We ask you this morning, what are the small things that make your day a little bit better? Well, Geraldine says here, a smile, a good cup of ginger tea, a few kind words and gestures. That's all I need to set me up for all the challenges of the day. And then Goth Xavier here says that when my teacher compliments me on my schoolwork, the beautiful things to me. Nathan says that it would be the Monday morning gospel. meal and a good cup of coffee, of course. Coffee and a shower, says Daniel. Good morning to be alive and healthy, all because of the Almighty, says Brenda, so being very thankful. Energy drink. Good morning, Team Expresso from Patutsezo. Very good morning here from Olebochung as well. So yeah, keep sharing your thoughts with us on our social media pages, on Expresso's Twitter page at Expresso Show. We are Expresso Morning Show SABC3 on Facebook. Tell us, what are those little things that make your Monday a little better?
And then this morning we just want to say all hail the king, because this weekend saw the opening of one of the biggest movies of the year, Black Panther. And now you know what Wakanda forever means. If we've been saying it all morning, it's absolutely amazing.
Oh, then looking for those reasons to be happy on a Monday. Kyle Dirch is in the house. He's going to bring you some amazing performances. Yes, but we're going to put him to the test in the kitchen with Zoe.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. It's a brand new Monday and brand new celeb news as well.
Exactly. So last week we showed you how Hollywood celebs came out for the Black Panther premiere, and local celebs are doing the same, but of course a little bit better. Okay, so taking to Instagram, celebs like Basitsane Kamalo, Trevor Steedman, Entle Mbale, Liza Lori, and a Proverb all donned African-inspired outfits in celebration of this incredible film. Now, the main attraction, however, was the stars of the film, Dr. John Kani, Lupita Nyong'o, and Denai Guerrera, who flew in from the States to attend the South African premiere.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Look how stunning.
I know,
I just saw social media blow up around this movie over the weekend. It was phenomenal.
I watched Greatest Showman 4 times. I think I'm gonna go watch this one 10 times.
Take me with, because it's still on my to-see list.
Let's go today. I'm ready.
Weekend. I need to go this week.
I am so ready. So someone who's also ready to live their best lives and currently is, of course, we've got our own talent that is going overseas and just doing amazing things. None other than Casper Nyovest is on another jet-setting trip, this time to Los Angeles. On Instagram, the rapper shared photos of his time in Los Angeles, which included getting a haircut and hanging out like one does. You have to get a haircut in LA, by the way. There's nothing like it. Hanging out with celeb pals like Jason Derulo and French Montana. He hasn't forgotten about his local roots, though, as he also made time to catch up with Lerato Kganyago, who is also in Los Angeles. And someone who's also in Los Angeles is Nomza Mombatha. I just caught her Insta stories, by the way, in a club that's very famous called One Oak. The Kardashians always there, with French Montana and The Weeknd.
Sure.
Just like popping bottles, living their best lives.
Living
I was like, okay, Nomza Mo, you've officially arrived.
Oh,
girl.
goodness.
Live your best life.
And then, you know, I wish my weekend was that exciting.
What did you want to say though? And then, you know.
No, it's not as cool as the weekend that they're having. Well, listen, that was our local entertainment news. Of course, we'll bring you a highlight reel of what our international stars have been up to over the weekend, so don't go anywhere.
Well, if you weren't all about Black Panther this past weekend, you were probably sitting at home watching a whole lot of sport. But if you did miss out, we do have a wrap-up for you. There were wins for 2 of the South African teams in action in the first round of the Super Rugby this past weekend. Of course, the Proteas slumped to 2 heavy defeats against India in the space of 3 days. So it's a bit of a sore one to nurse. But like I said, if you missed out, let's give you a wrap-up of all the action of this past weekend sports.
I don't know if I should even talk about the final ODI, but let's start with the first T20.
Yeah.
I thought we had high hopes for the T20. A couple of debutants coming into the side. We thought we would maybe fare a bit better against the spin bowlers in the shorter format of the game, but then step up Shikhar Dhawan, who top scored with 72 of just 39 balls.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunately, just weren't able to get the India winning by 28 runs to take a 1-0 lead in that T20 match. That was probably the highlight of the game, a South African fan dropping the ball. That kind of typifies our performance. No one really got going, unfortunately. Hendricks, showing his power there coming into the side, but we needed someone to stay in till the death and provide that platform. It just didn't happen. And then, of course, just before that, India won the final ODI in Centurion by 8 wickets.
Yeah,
and that's where we'll leave that. That's
where do you think are we failing? Because we kind of dominated in the tests.
I think we need Faf. He's that kind of kingpin in the batting lineup that we desperately do need, and we just don't know how to play spin, dude. We're not on that level, and we've got a couple of the best spin bowlers in the world playing in that side.
Imran should be bowling overtime in the nets.
Yeah, man. I think that it's definitely a platform to work on, but we've also hit an Indian side that are playing their best cricket at the moment, understandably ranked best in the world in both formats. So
quick little catch up with the rugby of this past weekend. Opening weekend for Super Rugby. Lions took on the Sharks, while the Stormers did battle against the Jaguares here at home.
Not much rust, dude. I think people were expecting them to be a bit rusty. A couple of mistakes, maybe a little bit of ill discipline here and there, but the Lions and the Sharks, let's start with them first. An unbelievable matchup, 26-19. I think the Lions putting on, welcome to the side, Robert du Preez. Of course, he's moved coastlines now. He was absolutely amazing in his first birth there. Lionel Mapu getting 2 tries. But can we put our hands together for our Piwe Dianti, who was the man of the match. I'm so glad that Swayze brought him onto the field. Unbelievable try he scored. Kwagga Smith also getting in with a powerful try. I think the Lions wanting to wear that cap as favourites for the season, they certainly did that. But the Sharks not far behind, dude. Yeah. Really not far behind.
Storm is also doing the good works, beating out the Jaguares 28-20 here.
Yeah, Siya Kolisi, what a try, brother. Dude, what a try. Injured for what, man? Injured for what? But some fantastic Super Rugby, and I think all the Super Rugby franchises here in South Africa looking strong, man.
Absolutely. Well, Super Rugby is certainly underway. Great action over the weekend. I'm actually wondering whether we'd actually have that Siya Kolisi try in this highlights package, because you've got to see it. If you didn't see it, it's something that made me get up on my feet and scream at the top of my lungs.
For the last 2 weeks as well, man.
Absolutely. Let's see. Maybe it might be in the next one.
In,
Give it to us, man. No, come on. A little kick over the poles there. I feel like it's worth holding on for just for the mere chance that it might be.
Don't be that guy who doesn't play that video, man.
But listen, yeah, it was a great weekend for all the sports fans out there. Hopefully the Proteas can do a little bit better in the next...
Against Australia.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's only going to get easier.
Like we've done well in the test and we're #1 there. But anyway, that was the sports weekend. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your thoughts on our social media platforms using #ExpressoShow.
Well, there's no better way to start a Monday than with our famous omelette challenge. And here to do that, we've got a an amazing guest who's, I think, done it before. We've got singer, songwriter, chiropractor and sportsman, Kyle H in studio. Good morning, Kyle. How are you, darling?
I'm so glad you know me so well, Mike. And just comes out.
Just put it out there, put it out there.
Last
the
time I
CV
was here.
is on display.
Did you win the last time?
Last time I was here, I won.
Did you?
I won.
Okay.
Ask Kat.
All right, and then of course we've got our beloved co-presenter and one of South Africa's most eligible bachelorettes on the show as well.
And worst cook in the world. That's probably not helping the status.
Don't say that. Okay, guys. So the rules are pretty simple. You've got all of your ingredients in front of you. You've got 2 eggs. You've got some clover, full cream milk. You've got your oil, and you've got your condiments, your
How's it hot?
salt and
it's
pepper.
hot.
And you've got 2 minutes to do this from beginning to end. Are you ready?
We are ready.
All right, Mr. Director, can we get the time on the clock? Standing by. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go!
Go, go,
Make
go.
those omelettes. All right, Zoe's starting with putting her oil in the pan. Of course, a hot pan always works for this competition. All right. Okay, so Kyle's basically saying that was Zoe's first mistake. Why? He is breaking his eggs. Oh my goodness, Kyle is doing 2 things at once, ladies and gentlemen. Zoe is clipping those eggs. There's a little spillage, but it's all good. All right. There we go. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a tight one. All right, nice. Okay.
Last time mine wasn't edible,
Nice and
so let's
warm.
see.
Okay, so Kyle had an air bubble. He just popped it over there. I feel like he knows what he's doing. Some
Last
salt
time
is
I
going
did this,
in.
last time I did this,
Salt Bay.
it's all about that.
Salt Bay. Pepper Bay. Okay,
Some.
Zoe still has
Some.
no seasoning. But
I added the seasoning when it was
you
whisking.
seasoned. I see no one added any in any of the milk.
No, we don't need that.
Last time I did that, mine came out very runny, so I've got a bit of a heavy hand.
Pro dairy. I love me some dairy. Okay, cool. There we go. The omelette is busy cooking along nicely. How much time do we have on the clock there, Mr. Director?
Okay, this is going to be my breakfast.
30 seconds left, you guys. All right. These omelets are looking very wet still, hey? I'm just saying.
I know.
30 seconds is long for omelette. I've been to the holiday inn, they didn't.
Okay. Who has to taste these, by the way?
I think you.
Ooh,
What do you mean?
Listen, this thing's not non-stick.
okay.
Speak for yourself.
As soon as we're at the 10-second mark, let me know. 20 seconds to go. Come on, you guys.
Let me know when it's 5. I'm
Zoe's
just
gonna
gonna
fold hers
fold
over.
them.
Very
No,
nice.
It's not ready for folding.
All right. Kyle, there's still a... Okay, stand by for 10, you guys. Here we go. Are you ready to plate? 9, 8. It needs to be on the plate. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Everybody. Woo! Okay, so now is the taste challenge. Who's tasting?
Who's tasting?
Great.
You tasting?
I was going to call Katlin into taste.
Yes,
I think Katlin can come in and taste.
All right, so I would just like to show this. All right, so here we
nice
have
and golden.
a beautiful golden brown one.
That's Kyle's.
This is Kyle's, and here we have a not so golden brown one. So I'm going to go with Kyle's first. It's a little oily.
Don't take it.
Oh, wow.
Take it by this
It's a
side.
little
I won't take
oily.
it.
It's very oily.
It's a guy's
You know
omelette.
when you just smell the oil.
That's still you're close to the pans.
Okay.
What do you think?
All right.
It's hot, eh?
This is not so oily, Zoe. Zoe.
But it's fluffy.
Zoe and oily?
Okay. I have to be honest, the winner of the Omelette Challenge 2018 is none other than Zoe Brown, everybody! I'm sorry. Yours was great, but it was not seasoned really well, and this was really good, so Kyle. But the two of you hug it out.
Do you want to have my breakfast? Here's breakfast for you.
Thank you. You can have mine. It's okay. You can have it.
Kyle is like, I've got this.
What is this?
I've got this.
Luckily, he can depend on his vocals for
This
a
is
career,
true.
not his omelette making skills. Kyle Deutsch will be performing right after the break. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, man, we also dive into some tech news, smartphone hacks. What do you do if your smartphone's got a scratch, a nick, or a bump, or even your battery is not as good as it used to be? Can you fix it? Well, we'll find out.
It feels good to celebrate the incredible talent and standard of excellence honoured at the 2018 South African Film and Television Awards. The SABC is home to a wealth of television presenting and hosting talent, and we are so proud to see these individuals get well-deserved recognition for their work. Congratulations to SABC talent Fabi Moloi and Masichaba Ndlovu for their nominations as Best Talk Show Host. And for nominations in the Best TV Presenter Award, SABC hosts Lerato Khanyago, Ntokozo Mbuli, Tumelo Mototwani, and Tumi Morake are in the running. Remember, you can vote for your favorite TV presenter by SMSing the letter of your favorite to 48430. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Don't miss the 12th annual SAFTA's live broadcast on SABC2 on the 24th of March and see the stars of local film and television shine.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
The sand and water resistant Galaxy S8. Made for summer.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show. Listen, I'm enjoying my little omelette that I made.
How's the taste of victory?
You know what? I have to enjoy it because it's always short-lived. But don't worry, Carl Deutsch will be winning in all other fronts this morning. But time for us to now take a look at all the interesting, random, and funny things that we found on the interweb.
But I must say, he did agree with me, which made me not feel bad. He's like, mine tastes raw. I'm like, you there? No,
it's a rough job being the taster, eh? It's a rough job, eh?
All right, so let's go to a story that's really, really just made our hearts get all the feels. A young boy by the name of Carson Kavanagh showed us that, you know what, you're never too young to have a Valentine or celebrate Valentine's Day. So this is him knocking on his Valentine's door. Her name's Ellie, and he presents her with flowers.
She's not going to step out. She's not going to step in.
Are they not going to hug?
I love it.
You've got to love Big Sister there just to really make him feel Scone.
Protected brother already.
Yeah.
Coming up. He's like, what?
Even his little shirt is like, hey, what's up? Yo, man.
I love it. You guys, this video has been seen 3 million times and shared 16,000 times. So it's really
goals.
sweet.
Actually, the little brother makes the video for me. Too sweet, man.
Listen, there's a couple of grown men that didn't do anything like that, so I'm just saying.
Okay, let's lighten the mood a little bit, shall we? So we're now going to thank Jason Sandel for posting a picture, or video rather, that really does embody how I think every Cape Townian felt when the rain, when the hail came. Yes. This gorgeous golden retriever really did epitomise the way that Cape Town feels. You've got to get in there, man. Got to get in there. Do you know what he's actually doing? He's just like, gotta save it, gotta save it. He's throwing them in the pool. So he's like, come on, quickly. He's retrieving. He's golden retrieving. Very, very cute,
golden
man.
Retrieving. Yeah, man, I can't believe it's been a week ago, guys. Almost like a week ago since that happened, eh? And it's crazy.
It still feels so fresh.
It still feels so fresh. Anyways, guys, let us know. That's our stories. Which hashtag video or story has caught your attention online this morning? And of course, you can share those thoughts with us online on our Facebook page, also on Twitter using that hashtag Expresso Show.
Well, how about starting your Monday off with a main dish of Kyle Deutsch? You know, a side serving of good omelette on the side, but then main dish, this man right here, one of our favorites to have in the studio, an oily omelette. But luckily, his vocals are too smooth, man. He's about to perform one of my favorite songs, one of Leanne's favorite songs, one of South Africa's favorite songs. His very own Can't Get Enough. Let's go.
I'd like to welcome Jaden on the keys now. Hey.
We can't get enough of this searching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we love it. We can't get enough. We can't get enough of this searching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we love it. We can't get enough. We can't get enough feelings. Forget about your feelings. Come on. We're stuck in the moment, hey. All the things we used to do and never did. Tell me how you want it to be. Come on, just don't make it easy. Can I make you feel like you never did? Oh, out the window see them city lights. No roadblocks, yeah, we green tonight. I can show you what it feels like. Tell me, we can't get enough of this searching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we love it. When we love it, no, no. We can't get enough. We can't get enough of this searching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we love it. We can't get enough. We can't get enough. I can't deny I caught myself 100 times thinking about this. Being honest, come on, 2, 3, say. You've been lying to yourself, been saying you're okay without this. What? We're nothing without this, baby. Come on, out the window, see them city lights. What? No roadblocks, yeah, we green tonight. Hey, I can show you what it feels like. And tell me, we can't get enough of this searching. Hey, keep getting lost in the moment. When we love it, when we love it, no, no. We can't get enough, we can't get enough of these searching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we love it, when we love it. We can't get enough, we can't get enough. Holding on tight tonight. Passenger seat, take the wheel this time, don't stop, cause I can't get enough. Hey. Enough. I'm in the passenger seat, take the wheel this time, don't stop, cause we can't get enough, get enough, get enough. We can't get enough of this searching. We can't keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we love. No, no, we can't get enough. We love it. Of this touching in the moment. I get a rush when we love it. When we love it.
Expresso
Now, recuele, Baba, recuele. Beautiful stuff, man. How's your 2018 started off, man?
It started off great, bro. Real busy. Been spending a lot of time in the studio and prepping for our album later this year and some new singles coming out. And so, yeah, people must be excited. We're going to perform 2 new songs on the show today. So, yeah, look out for those. Absolutely. Looking forward to that. In the meantime, link up with us on our social media platforms and let us know what you thought about that performance of Can't Get Enough. Because, yeah, man, I know we can't get enough. Man. Let's keep serving more, man. We like it.
In the national news, newly elected President Cyril Ramaphosa addressed the South African National Defence Forces Interfaith Service at the Mata Sereperere Convention Centre in Kimberley yesterday as Commander-in-Chief for the first time. Ramaphosa said the celebration of Armed Forces Day in Kimberley this week cannot be understated. It occurred, he said, as the nation celebrates the change of leadership in the governing party without having any appetite for senseless bloodshed, because the Defence Force is led by wise men and women who abide by the supremacy of the Constitution and the rule of law. Police Minister Fikile Mbalula says police have identified China as well as the United Arab Emirates and India as countries where the Gupta brothers and Duduzane Zuma could be hiding. The 4 are wanted for alleged corruption relating to state capture. Mbalula said the 4 would stand trial as soon as they return. He added that, and we quote, "Wherever they are, Interpol and the police, together with the laws that govern us in the bilateral with the other countries, they will be sought and brought to South Africa to stand trial." Now moving further abroad, mourners filled a Harare church yesterday for the funeral service of Morgan Tsvangirai, the deceased leader of Zimbabwe's main opposition party and fierce opponent of Robert Mugabe. Tsvangirai died in a South African hospital on Wednesday evening at the age of 65 after a long battle with cancer. Zimbabwe's President Emmerson Mnangagwa praised him as an outstanding political figure who had endured political hardship and deserved his place in the country's history. And then finally, an Iranian passenger plane on a domestic flight crashed into the country's Zagros Mountains yesterday, killing all 66 people on board. Decades of international sanctions have left Iran with an aging fleet of passenger planes, which it had struggled to maintain and modernize. It had suffered multiple aviation disasters, most recently in 2014, when a Sepahan plane crashed, killing all 39 people on board. Yesterday's accident occurred exactly 1 week after a Russian passenger plane crashed outside Moscow, killing all 72 people on board. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Here's a look at what's happening in the world of sport with Graham.
After a very busy weekend roster of sport, let's take you through some of the major results. Let's start with cricket. India went 1-0 up in their 3-match T20 series against South Africa yesterday after a 28-run win at Wanderers. Yesterday's victory saw India secure their 7th win over South Africa in 8 matches across all formats. It was after they wrapped up the ODI series on Friday for their first series win here on South African soil. That was with an 8-wicket victory. The teams next head to Pretoria for the 2nd T20, and that takes place this coming Wednesday. Then a fantastic start to Super Rugby. The 2018 Super Rugby season kicked off this weekend with the Lions and Stormers securing opening round victories. Last year's beaten finalists, the Lions, got off to a winning start, showing massive power in the scrums and outscoring the Sharks by 4-3 to see out a 26-19 win at Ellis Park. While over in Cape Town, the Stormers continued their winning run against the Jaguares with a 28-20 win at Newlands. Then locally in football, Kaizer Chiefs have jumped up to 2nd place on the PSL table. That was on Saturday after a 1-0 win over Cape Town City in Soweto. Ryan Moon's 47th minute goal securing all 3 points for Chiefs. That takes them 4 points behind leaders Mamelodi Sundowns. While Cape Town City, they dropped down to 6th spot on the log. And other PSL results from the weekend. Witspeed Arrows by 2-1, while Maritzburg put 2 past AmaZulu. Then on to tennis. Roger Federer returned to the #1 spot on the ATP World Rankings this weekend as he went on to lift the Rotterdam Open Trophy. The 36-year-old Swiss has now become the oldest player to hold the #1 ranking as he moved to the top spot for the first time since October back in 2012. Incredible feat. America's legend Andre Agassi set the previous age record when he held the #1 world ranking in 2003 at the age of 33. Boy, how old do we feel right now? That's where we leave our sport for this morning.
Well, well, let's take another look at the roads in Gauteng, Crown Thorn and Midrand. Now, traffic's congested. That's on the R55 southbound between the Blue Hills and Arthur Avenue. That's in the Crowthorne area, as well as in Midrand on the Garden Road southbound heading towards 8th Road. Then staying in Gauteng and Pretoria, there's some heavy traffic on Rachel de Beer Street, and that's eastbound, and that's heading towards Eskampa Drive. And moving to the Western Cape and Belleville, there's been an accident that's on the N1 inbound at Jip de Jager Avenue. No obstructions at present, but please approach with caution. There are some faulty traffic lights in Rondebosch. They're not working at Sandown Road intersection with Milner Road, so please treat those as a four-way stop. And that's where I leave your traffic for now.
Thank you so much, Zoe. It's just after 7 o'clock. Let's quickly get into your weather and temperatures once again for your Monday morning. And it looks like thunder showers are forecast for the northern parts of the country and also for KZN today. Then parts of the Eastern Cape can also expect a thunder shower or two to kick off your week. Your temperatures, Polokwane 19 minimum with a maximum of 27. Mbombela 20 and a maximum 31. Pretoria 18, 28. Johannesburg 16, 27. Mahikeng 18, 28. Klerksdorp on 17 minimum, reaching a high of 29 degrees. Kimberley 18.33, Bloemfontein 16.30, Richards Bay 22 and a high of 28, Pietermaritzburg 19.27, Durban 23 and a high of 27, Mthatha 18.26, East London 19 this morning with a maximum 23, Cradock 15.31, Port Elizabeth 17 and a mild 24 degrees today, George 16.23, Sutherland 11.27, Cape Town 17.25, Worcester 14.31, Springbok 12 this morning with a maximum 28, and a very, very hot day for Uppington, 19 minimum and a maximum of 37 degrees. And then also just please remember to use water sparingly, especially down in Cape Town. That's what I have for you in terms of your weather. Let's take another look at it just after 8 for last time.
Well, I gotta tell you, I'm currently going through social media right now, and Black Panther is trending. Felicia Mabuza Subtle actually says, wow, Black Panther is shattering stereotypes and increasing self-esteem, especially in black children. To use my favorite daily affirmation, it says to them, you are bright, brave, bold, blessed, black and beautiful. You are descendants of kings and queens. And of course, theaters packed full of people. Oprah Winfrey says, just saw it with Stedman. It's phenomenal. Layers and layers of it. Wakanda Forever, Black Panther, hashtag that. Rhonda Daniel says, as soon as you walk out of the Black Panther theater, you immediately want to buy a ticket for another showing. Preach, I felt the exact same way. And then I'm going to end off with this one. Hollywood Reporter says, for children of color who have longed forever to see a superhero that looks like them, Marvel's first black superhero film is an answered prayer, a landmark adventure, and a new film classic. Absolutely amazing. Go and check that out. Hashtag Black Panther.
Yeah, some $316 million made so far with Black Panther.
And this is a superhero movie, man. You got to put it into perspective. That is awesome, man.
It's that
awesome,
good.
Awesome.
Anyway, we're going to take a break. When we come back, something that you might want to pay attention to, the top 5 smartphone hacks that you need to know about to help you get along on your day.
Then if you need a bit of rejuvenation in your fitness workout, we bring you the latest trend. It's called Aerobics.
What?
You can find out what that is after the break.
Nah?
Nice.
people. It's a Monday morning. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. And it's time right now for your Monday Tech Digest with our tech expert, Brian Smith. And today we're tackling something that I think everyone can relate to, the common smartphone frustrations and how to fix them. We're giving you the top 5 smartphone hacks of 2018 thus far. Always good to see you, man.
Great,
how you doing?
Great news.
Wakanda forever. You got to get it right, man. Anyway,
I'm getting there.
let's talk about the first thing is battery life. People are always complaining about battery life. By 9 o'clock in the morning, after charging your phone overnight, 9 o'clock the phone's dead. What's going on? So how can you fix that problem with your smartphone?
Definitely. So I think this is a problem that affects all of us at some stage or another.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of misconception around lithium-ion batteries in smartphones. A lot of people might say to you, don't charge it for long periods and don't charge it overnight, or let the battery deplete, and all of those are misconceptions.
Yeah.
In fact, the best thing you can do to preserve your battery's health in the long term is actually to charge it most often whenever you can.
Yes.
Specifically, charge it overnight. The smartphone's power management software will take care of the rest.
Okay.
And you'll generally see a more robust battery, more longer battery life in your smartphone from day to day.
I think, like you said last time, whenever you see a charging port,
go for it.
Wireless or not, just charge. Okay, but then what about space? Because I can't even count on my fingers how many times people have said, can I take a photo? And then you stand there for like 5 minutes because they have to delete a picture or delete all pictures from last night because space on your phone is just, it's at a premium, obviously.
Sure, and if you're a trigger-happy photographer like me, this is a problem we have all the time.
Yes.
And of course, conventional wisdom holds up that if you have an Android phone or a phone that supports this capability, you can of course buy a larger capacity micro SD card.
Yes.
But my favorite avenue really is to pursue online backup through a cloud service.
Okay.
Specifically for photos, one of my favorite services is Google Photos, where if you sign up, you'll get 100 gigabytes free storage space.
That's
online.
A lot of photos.
Definitely. So you can free up all that space on your smartphone.
Yeah, because I think people also might be a bit apprehensive towards that idea, because what if the cloud gets hacked? That's also like a concern.
It can be, but generally the systems that are put in place by these massive technology companies are so robust. It is worth trialing, and also the smart functionality, the smart albums you get kind of make up for what you might be missing on your smartphone itself.
Yeah. Okay, so what advice do you have for scratches, scrapes and bumps that you get on your phone?
Definitely, though this is something that's going to happen at some point to all of us. Smartphones do get scratches a little bit like cars.
And you put them accidentally with your car keys like that. And
you don't want to do that.
No.
And generally speaking, prevention is the best cure. And a lot of South Africans will turn to smartphone cases, and typically those are quite bulky. It's one good way to protect yourself. Other ways, film screen protectors, great way. Tempered glass screen protectors, even better.
Yes.
And for those of us who don't like to disrupt the look and feel of our smartphones, attaching like a vinyl skin, which is a bit like a wallpaper for the back of your smartphone, can be a great way to not only customize it, but also prevent from getting scratches and bumps.
Okay, what happens when your phone slows down? So it's no longer as fast to the touch of your hand as it used to be, and it happens over time. Is there a way that you can fix that?
This really happens because of planned obsolescence, which means that over time a smartphone will try to compensate for newer software running older hardware.
Yes.
And generally speaking, the first port of call for anyone should be to clear out their misused apps or old storage items they don't need. If that fails, always turn to a factory reset. It will uninstall all your apps, reset your smartphone as to the day you got it, and then reinstall from there, and you should notice your device will revert to the previous settings in which it worked.
Okay, wonderful. And then finally, everyone's favorite, the pocket dial or the pocket text that you send to an unintended person. How can you maximize on the screen lock capability of your phone so that you don't end up, having conversations with people on the other side that they don't really know?
So most smartphones today come up with fingerprint scanners, which is my favorite way to secure a smartphone's lock screen, because not only does you have to authenticate your presence through something that's totally unique to you, you have to physically press a thumb or finger on that smartphone's display. Generally speaking, though, more latterly, if your smartphone doesn't have that, you can always set a great pin or pattern lock, and there are third-party apps available for Android, for example, through which you can tailor-make the touch sensitivity of that display, so you can prevent accidental unlocks in your pocket.
Excellent stuff, Brian. As always, thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. You can follow Brian on social media at Brian Smith SA, and of course, for the latest in the world of technology, check out our website, expressoshow.com.
Well, it's that time of the year again where you see people walking around with brightly coloured colours sprayed into their hair, or even losing their locks with a very big smile on their faces.
Understandably so, because it is shave-a-thon time, and what better way to kick it off than with a burly team of rugby players.
The National Cancer Shave-a-thon is one of South Africa's favoured events. It is of the utmost importance that we create awareness and show support for those affected by cancer. This morning, we have some Lions rugby players who are ready to show their support.
2018 is the 15th consecutive year that Cancer Shave-a-thon is happening across the country, and everyone of all ages can be part of this colourful fundraising and awareness campaign.
Dus voor mij belangrijk geweest om vandaag deel te nemen aan die Cancer Shave-a-thon, want ik heb mijn pa verloren aan kanker en dit is redelijk belangrijk hoe vroeger mensen het kan optellen. Kan mensen dalk verhoed en dalk in een remissie ingaan of dalk kunnen mensen iets doen om dit te verhoed.
For me, it's very important to be involved in today's session because one of my family members got diagnosed with cancer. So it's very important to pick it up early and to make sure you solve the problem and get back to remission.
This year you can proudly show off your support for the campaign long after the shave or spray by buying a limited edition Shave-a-thon badge for just R5.
Maria, what can people expect from this year's Cancer Shave-a-thon?
Shave-a-thon 2018, we're going loud in colour, and also we give you the opportunity to join us as we open the walls of graffiti, and you can write your message of hope. So you can come and become loud in colour, shave your hair, donate, and also write your message of hope.
And how do you put the donations into action?
The public's donations are used for education, care and support for those affected by cancer. Cancer also has a research department which is funded, but Shave-a-thon donations is specifically aimed at ensuring that we reach more South Africans with our education, our care and our support activities.
Globeflight has a long history of supporting Cancer Shave-a-thon, and they do regular skin cancer screenings with their drivers who spend their days out in the sun, much like rugby players. For this event, Cancer highlighted being sun smart and brought along a photo finder device to examine moles and help lower the risk of skin cancer.
Joanne, why is it important for you guys as Globeflight to be involved in the Cancer Shave-a-thon?
I think it's really important for all corporates to be involved with the Cancer Shave-a-thon. For Globeflight, it's important. There's money to be raised, there's awareness to be made in terms of the plight of cancer survivors and sufferers. So I think it is just the right thing to do.
You don't just take part in the Shave-a-thon, but you also assist logistically as well.
Globeflight, renowned for our logistics prowess, we've been helping Cancer Association with the Shave-a-thon goods. So what we do is we'll house all of the items required for Shave-a-thon days. We warehouse them. We will receive the instructions from Cancer Association, and we will pick and pack as required for all the corporates and individuals' orders.
Today you've roped in some Lions rugby players. Why is it important for them to get involved?
Yes, Globeflight has been a sponsor of the Lions for a few years, and we are delighted to be here and see them picking up the charge along with Cancer Association. These guys also are in the sun for long periods of the day, so it's important that all rugby players get their screenings done and make sure that their skin is safe.
I think today's Shave-a-thon raised awareness for myself and for the other people as well. I think it's very important to be aware of the sicknesses that are out there and the things that can happen. So I think it was very important for me to get that awareness for myself and then as well to raise awareness for people out there.
It was important for me to be involved today because this is a cause that we strongly believe in. I went for a screening today myself.
Besides shaving or colouring your hair, how else can you get involved?
First of all, on the 24th of February, we will be at malls and shopping malls across South Africa. And we need you as volunteers to come and assist us in making it as loud in colour as possible. And then for all the corporates, all the retailers out there, you have a whole week for Shave-a-thon to show that you are part of this cause and that you are united in the fight against cancer by volunteering and hosting your own events.
Cancer Shave-a-thon events can be held at offices, schools, churches and other community organizations. So, we challenge you to get loud in colour.
If you would like to get involved in this year's Cancer Shave-a-thon, visit shaveathon.org.za and show your support.
Well, you know, here on Expresso, we love our fitness. It's Monday morning and we're doing things differently. We always love introducing you to new exercises. That's why we have Patrick here, the brainchild behind Aerobics Fitness. Patrick, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great to have you here. Listen, I've never
much.
Heard of Aerobics. Do you mind enlightening us what it's all about?
Oh, okay. Aerobics is a brand, you know, a fitness brand, and we are busy putting up a lot of dance workouts. But the most important thing about Aerobics is that Aerobics is a dance power fitness workout, you know, that focuses all the muscle group. But it's not about, you know, the dance workout, but it's fun, and you will definitely enjoy it. And I have all my teams, behind me. So we're going to take you guys through and see how we get it done.
Okay, well, we're definitely going to be getting it on. They all look super duper fit and toned, so I'm excited to try this out. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Yes,
cool.
Okay.
All right, just check it out, guys. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yebo. So now I'm taking you guys through the orientation. Just get the body warm up. Four, 3, 2, and go. And kick back, come on. And bring it back to the top. Come on. Side. Take it back. Forward jack, go. One more time. And kick back. Bring it down, 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 down to your waist. Come on. Are you having fun?
Yes.
Two more. Last one. Come on. Give me four more. Bring it down. Now move your hips. Down, 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 and up. Side. Take it back on your hips. Try move your hips, guys. 4, 3, 2, and side.
Oh, well, if you've just tuned in, we're trying out Aerobics. We have the brainchild behind the brand with us this morning. Patrick's his name. He's going to be back a little later for round 2. I hope you enjoyed that full body workout. We will be back with more, so don't go anywhere.
Take it back.
I love that beat.
I like it. I like it a lot. So much
Yeah,
fun.
man, awesome. Listen, we're going to take a quick break to cool down from that awesome workout we just had. Jumping into the kitchen with the lovely Claire. She's here this morning with some strawberry scones to start your week of why not.
Exactly, and then we're going to sit down on the couch with Kyle H and, of course, get to know a little bit more about him. We can't get enough of him. What can we say? Kyle H and the Breakfast Show all morning long.
See what just. welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on a Monday morning. We're all feeling extra good, man, especially after having Kyle Deutsch perform for us, man. It's always such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank
and
you.
you're always loving Cape Town, always Cape Town loving you back, man.
Yeah.
Have you been having a good time while you're here?
Yeah, we've been here since Friday, so it's been a good weekend, and I'm going to see my gran after this, which is cool. We're going out to Stelli's also today and doing some photo shoots today, so we've had a busy weekend.
Busy time. What did you do over the weekend, by the way?
We performed at Coco's, and then we've been driven around with the guys from Culford's Ford, which has been great. The guy Lionel is just taking us around and just showing us a good time, bro.
Are they taking you to Grand later on as well?
They're taking me to Grand, they're taking me out to Stelli's today. Yeah, good times.
Beautiful stuff, dude. Let's talk quickly about, obviously music. This is what you do, this is what you love, what you're known for. How difficult is it to carry on making great music after it seems like everything you've produced is just hit after hit after hit after hit, right? How difficult is it? Do you feel the pressure on yourself to keep producing, or do you not just go into studio and you just do you and then you know it's going to work?
I think it's a thing where you get frustrated with yourself sometimes when you go in studio and it's just like not coming, you're not getting that feeling when you hear what you're making.
Yeah.
But when it does happen right, and recently it's been happening right a lot, and it feels special, you know, so it's a thing of an addiction to the feeling you get when you make something that you are addicted to yourself. You know, you make that song that you want to just push repeat on. And I only really release songs when I get to that sensation with the song. So I don't release anything where I don't feel like, yo, I could play this thing again and again and again.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of pressure to get to that point, but sometimes when it happens easily, it's unexplainable.
And I think a lot of fans will be actually quite surprised to know that you produce a lot of the stuff that you do in your room, like at home.
We have
bedroom kind of studio. I don't know if it's. What does it look like inside there?
So in the back of my parents' house, right, there's Wendy houses. Yeah. And there's two big ones, and then on the one side is the studio, and the other side is like my closet bedroom style.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's monitors, there's microphones, there's keyboards, there's guitars, and stuff to record music, and it's nice, quiet, peaceful. We can make noise sometimes till all hours, but sometimes not. But yeah, that's what it's like.
Are you working on the current album right now?
Yeah, so the album, we're busy piecing together. I'm still collecting some songs, not quite happy. I think there's about 40 songs that we're choosing from at the moment. And we're just trying to narrow it down to have... everyone I talk to is talking about this double album story, but I think maybe 15 or so tracks that we're going to be happy with to release now.
40
it's
tracks.
taken a while, but it's
a lot of music.
Right, bro. It's gotta be right.
So what are you finding is inspiring you now? Is it different to how you used to write music in terms of like where you're drawing that inspiration from right now?
I think life is so fast-paced and changing at the moment. I mean, and for me, obviously, there's this thing of relationships and love, and I'm a pop artist, so I'm going to be writing about that and what's going on in my life, especially in those sort of aspects. And yeah, life is good right now, so the music is coming out easy.
When you say life is good right now, do you mean that relationship is good, love is good,
work is good, and I'm a chill guy, so I don't really find life tough, but life is going good right now, so the music is expressive of that, I feel.
Yeah. A potential still budding football career out there, because I know you
I think I must get back in it.
You must get there. We're playing tonight, boys, 6 o'clock. You must come.
My flight's at 7. Though.
Ah, this guy. I knew he'd chicken out. When it comes to the hookoo.
Ah, boy, I'll give you that.
Listen, we're looking forward to your performance coming up. It's a brand new song that you're going to be performing for us, right? Excellent stuff. Stay tuned. Don't miss out on that. Kyle Deutsch on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Monday morning.
It is indeed. Well, a very common sight in South Africa are people on the street or at intersections asking for assistance with food, as well as men and women looking for simple jobs like cleaning or even painting. Now, the big question is, what do we do when we see these individuals? Now, for 2 business owners in Orange Grove, the answer was really simple, and they're helping people in need for the Orange Grove Food Initiative.
Food is a basic need. We were terming it as a basic human right, the right to be fed. It's more than a right, it's a need without which we can't survive. We cannot be the people that one would strive to be without our basics in place.
As part of the Orange Grove Food Initiative, Anthony Sachs distributes hearty cooked meals once a week to men in Orange Grove who are looking for or working piecemeal jobs.
A group of people that we chose to feed in our initiative is a group of day workers, contractors. These are skilled labourers. I drive past the guys every day. They seem to be skilled workers. The guys are waiting there every day to be picked up by larger contractors as a labour force. When I was speaking to the lady who donated the money for buying the 60 meals a week, she was looking for a group of people or community who would be what we felt were needy recipients. The first group of people who came to my mind were these guys who are waiting for work. Instead of cooking ourselves, rather empower one of the businesses in the area. And that's where Vicky came in. Vicky has a caterer's heart. She's a nurturer, and she makes sure that the people she's feeding are fed well. So immediately I went to her, and it turned out that the relationship, the three-way relationship, worked out very nicely. Charity starts closest to home.
A third party provides funding for the initiative. Anthony does the distribution, and the meals are cooked with love by Vicky Seboyane and her staff at Vicky's restaurant.
The response of the people, they came regular because of the service and the place of cleanness. So I got many customers. I got most of different nations, most of them that are coming. They've been coming as usual. I never get quite too busy all the time.
The business world and my immersion in the business world definitely led to a motivation to be involved in something that wasn't primarily for monetary gain. There's always a give and take in anything that you're doing, and the enjoyment that I do get on seeing the smiles on the faces of the recipients and the small little relationship that's built up. They're very pleasant experiences. So I do get back a basic humane experience that I don't think we get often enough in the work environment. My motivation was primarily to be involved in that kind of activity where one can give without necessarily getting a response.
Anthony's reward may not be tangible, but it is deeply meaningful, and he contributes to social upliftment through his weekly dedication to distributing meals.
Knowing that the guys are sitting down to an enjoyable, fresh, hot meal with the 3 veg and the chakalaka and the pap, and it's a wholesome meal, and the guys are maybe being emotionally comforted to a certain extent and physically strengthened for the fight that they're up against.
It may be a simple meal, but these Samaritans are serving up kindness and care for their fellow man and helping to unite and uplift their community.
And there we have it, jumping into the Expresso kitchen right now for the first time on your Monday morning. We're starting it off right with delicious strawberry yogurt scones with Claire Allen.
How are you?
How's
Good
it, Claire?
morning.
Lekker, man. Lekker, can't complain. These look amazing.
They are absolutely delicious. When's the last time you made a scone?
I can't even remember.
So I learned how to make scones in home economics in high school, and it's a nice, quick and easy recipe, and we're using our Jungle Oats So Easy strawberry flavour, so you're going to have those little pops of strawberry bits in your scone, and it's just going to give us delicious creamy flavour, and it's really quick and easy.
Look, and they look amazing. So you asked me when was the last time I made scones, and about 5 minutes from now. so yeah, let's get it down. Let's go.
So we've got some flour, we've got our sugar, we've got salt and bicarb and baking powder.
All right, so once again, very, very easy.
Very quick and easy. And what's really important is we don't want to add melted butter. What we're going to do is we're going to give it a stir.
Okay.
What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my butter that I've sliced up, but we actually want to almost become and create breadcrumbs.
Right.
It's a little bit messy, but it's so worth it. And let's just cover that with a flour, and you just.
What is this green?
That is a little bit of fresh lime zest. So that with the strawberries, really going to add some like pop of flavour.
Okay. Well, whenever you need it, let me know.
So we just want to create little breadcrumbs. You don't want to mix up because you want little knobs of butter, because when this goes into the oven, the butter's going to melt, and it's going to almost add like a little bit of extra evaporation, and your scone will rise a little bit.
Right.
Make sure it's nice and light.
It'll
and
disperse
exactly. You want your scones to be light and fluffy, so you don't want to overwork it too much. So that's what I'm doing like
Well, you're doing a really good job. The keyword is jungle.
SMS
that to 33728. That's jungle to 33728 to get your hands on this beautiful strawberry scones recipe.
So I'm going to ask you to add the zest, please.
Is that going to go in now?
There we go. And then we're having 2 little bags of our Oats So Easy. That's exactly 1 cup.
All right.
Of
Can I do that for you?
Thank you.
Straight in there.
Straight in there.
There we go. Get the breakfast element.
Yeah, but this is going to add some nice texture, and like you got these beautiful little strawberry nuggets of flavours.
Oh, and the minute you open these, you can smell that strawberry flavour coming out.
Now, you can also use the other Oats So Easy flavours if you wanted a different type of flavour scone. So you can really have some fun with it and get creative, which is always nice. Okay, so we've got that. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give it a nice little cut through. Oh, it smells like
you can get that
creamy
pops
yogurt.
of strawberry. Delicious.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my liquid. So
What do we have
I don't want
there?
to mix. We've got some buttermilk, but I don't want to mix this. I'm not making cupcakes. I'm
Okay.
making scones. So you just want to cut our liquid through. It's a little bit of extra effort, but you
I must say, it's the first time
want...
I've seen anybody mix kind of a batter like this with a butter knife.
So you want flaky scones. You don't want
Yes.
cupcakes, and you don't want to overwork your dough because that's the biggest mistake you can make.
Okay.
So we've got there, and then what I'm going to do is you can see the dough coming together nicely.
Jeez, just like that, eh?
Just like that.
Shows you how easy it is. If you really wake up this morning, if you haven't the ingredients in your cupboard, it's very, very quick to make.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lightly flour my surface.
All right. Prevent that stickiness.
Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit of flour to my hands, and I'm going to just take the mixture with my hands. I'm going to mix it
So
there.
all of it in there, okay.
Yeah. And then we can bring it together nicely.
And look at that. Super, super easy. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728 using our Oh So Easy strawberry yogurt flavor this morning to make delicious scones. I think it's a great way to start off your day. Great for breakfast as well. So take this recipe down, make it maybe for tomorrow morning. The keyword is jungle to 33728. We're going to finish these guys off. Here are those steps one more time.
To make the Jungle Oats strawberry scones, you'll need Jungle Oats So Easy strawberry, melted butter, buttermilk, zest of 1 lime, butter cubes, baking powder, bicarb of soda, salt, flour and sugar. In a large bowl, add flour, sugar, salt, baking powder, bicarbonate of soda and mix with a spoon. Add the cubes of butter and rub into the flour. Add the Jungle Oats So Easy strawberry and lime zest and stir to combine. Add the buttermilk, then stir into the dough. Dust the surface with flour and roll the dough into a 1.5 centimeter thickness. Cut into circles using a cookie cutter. Then shape the scones. Bake for 15 to 20 minutes. Cool on a rack and then serve. For the full recipe, visit the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to www.expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs. T's and C's apply.
Hey, and there you have it. Delicious strawberry scones this morning using Jungle Oats So Easy. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728. It will be on our website a little bit later on today as well. That's expressoshow.com. But look at these guys. So by doing it the way you did it, you can get these beautiful flaky kind of scones.
And if you don't have a cookie cutter at home, you can just use a glass. Don't worry. You want beautiful little nice scones. You're going to put this in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes and they're going to become beautiful and golden brown, and you can top that with some beautiful cream, some strawberry jam, or both, and just enjoy
I would go both. I would go with it. There we go. Claire, thank you very, very much.
Thank you
You're going to be back a little bit later on again with a delicious recipe. But for our beautiful scones, SMS the keyword jungle to 33728.
It's kept South Africans going longer and stronger for almost 100 years.
Well, we're going to take a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we get back, it's our international entertainment news. And this time around, Jamie Foxx walking out of an interview, and we'll find out why.
Yeah, can't wait for that. Then, of course, the whole world stood still this weekend as Black Panther released, and it seems like it's the hit of the year. We're going to go behind the scenes.
This week, feel the goodness on Expresso with Clover Crush. It's often the little things that have the biggest impact. And Clover Crush is spreading goodness by donating school shoes to 10,000 learners across South Africa. In partnership with Smart Steps Shoes, discover some of the beneficiary schools and meet the famous faces who'll be spreading positivity with Clover Crush. Don't miss Expresso, weekday mornings from 6:30 a.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
And I know you're prepared because I saw pictures. Did you and Katie Holmes play basketball for Valentine's Day? Like some real loving basketball game? Uh-oh. We losing?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Alrighty then, welcome back to your Monday morning. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. A quick look at some international entertainment news and a shocker to start off with.
Well, you know what? We've all been kind of thinking it, but Jamie Foxx and Katie Holmes have still not yet actually confirmed that they are in a romance, despite being photographed together several times, especially this one, which made us think, child, y'all's in love. So when asked about whether he spent Valentine's Day with Katie Holmes, the actor had quite an unexpected response.
And I know you prepared because I saw pictures. Did you and Katie Holmes play basketball for Valentine's Day? Like some real loving basketball game? Uh-oh. We losing?
Whoa.
Whoa. There we go. That's what happens when you ask questions that are not related to the event that you're currently at. Laat het vir jou lesbies, meneer.
So do you think it was one of those...
that they're keeping it private and under wraps.
It's one of those things where he kind of said to them, like, guys, I don't want to talk about my relationships. I said, don't ask me.
Yeah.
And then the guy went like, well, I'm going to ask you now.
Well, I also think that no response is a pretty big response. Because if there was nothing, you'd be like, no. But the fact that he walked away.
So you think he actually did kind of confirm that it's on?
Of course, you know? Like, if there's been nothing happening between me and Idris, I'll be like, no, nothing happened.
But just that look that he gave him and that he's like, oh, you
but
don't do this?
I liked it.
Just ask that.
AKA tried that one time as well, hey?
What?
But not as memorable as this one.
Oh,
well,
goodness.
It's been 10 months since Sierra and Russell Wilson welcomed their daughter into the world, and now we finally get to see the little one. On Instagram, Sierra shared the very first picture of Sienna, revealing that she will be sharing more information and moments like this with fans on her new app. Now, she added that the stunning photographs were taken by her husband and that they would be sharing more and more about the family via the app as a way of giving back to the fans for their support over the years. So I think that's really cute. And Sienna Princess is absolutely gorgeous.
Adorable.
Yeah,
hey.
so some of those pictures, they are absolutely beautiful.
Do go and stalk.
I'm so happy that she's found love with a good guy, hey?
Mm.
Not that other one.
You don't like him.
Who's the other one?
Future.
Future.
Oh,
her baby,
gosh.
other baby daddy.
Okay, all right. Can we reflect on something that's good about today?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not just Monday. It's hashtag TIOT8 Monday, and tonight is going to be yet another thriller because this time around the celebrities get to be put to the test to see how many points they could actually make up in order to decide who's going to be choosing first when it comes to choosing teammates.
Oh, very exciting. Now, after 2 grueling challenges, the points have been tallied and the celebs get to pick their teammates, but the contestants have to motivate why their favorite celeb should pick them. There are going to be a few surprises, a few twists, and it's all going down at 7:30 p.m. tonight on SABC3. But here's a sneak peek.
Tonight on Tropical Island of Treasure Maldives, it's the celebrities' turn to strut their stuff in the sun.
It's about time they get their hands down and dirty.
I'm not too freaked out by the contestants glaring at us because I've had much worse on the Miss SA Miss Universe stage.
Go! The consumer contestants get to relax and watch to see which celeb will have first pick of partner in the all-important team selection.
Dumi gets the first ring!
Don't miss Tropical Island of Treasure Maldives tonight at 7:30 on SABC3. The stage is yours.
Oh my goodness, yes, all of the action, it's going down tonight on SABC3. So how about you link up with us on social media? You can tweet us at MyTropica and also using hashtag TIOT8 and let us know who do you think will make a good team? Which celebrity would you like to see teamed up with which consumer contestant?
I'm excited to see who's going to be with who. And remember, you can also win some awesome things when you buy a Tropica. Follow the entry details on the bottle and you could stand a chance of winning prizes from loot.co.za. Vouchers, those are up for grabs, and that's all to shop online. American Tourister luggage, as well as some airtime, or that grand prize of a Kia Picanto. Those T's and C's can be found on tropica.co.za.
Now, if you haven't seen this particular film as yet, you might be missing out on probably the biggest pop culture phenomenon of 2018. Obviously, I'm talking about Black Panther. It's got the Hollywood industry, it's got journalists really up in a storm. Why? Because, especially in relation to the current climate within the USA, it's a black director, a black superhero portrayed by an unbelievable black cast. And it's obviously starting a very important social commentary. So if you needed yet another reason to go and see probably the hit film of the year, let's take you behind the scenes at the launch of Black Panther.
Let's go.
My son, it is your time.
Show me my respect and bow down.
You get to decide what kind of king you are going to be.
The critically acclaimed Black Panther isn't just a blockbuster for Marvel Comics. It's also stirring deep African pride. It follows T'Challa, played by Chadwick Boseman, returning to Wakanda to take his place as king.
He's coming off of the death of his father in Civil War. He's returning to Wakanda. You know, there's the high possibility that he will become the ruler. There's division within the country because Wakanda is not necessarily a homogenous group of people. There are different tribes with different points of view. They have their own agendas, each tribe. And so they're united by their past and united also by a good king. They need a good king in order to bring everyone together. So he's returning to what could be turmoil.
It's my responsibility to make sure that Wakanda does not fall into the hands of a person like you.
One of the film's standout features is its portrayal of strong female characters through outstanding actresses. Amongst them is Lupita Nyong'o as warrior guardian Nakia.
We have here a Marvel universe that is unapologetically black. And to see us occupy an African country with kings and queens and warriors, and it's so inspiring. It's an aspirational nation that really just kind of is rejuvenating to the human spirit. It's just an incredible world to occupy, and I hope that people who see this can be equally inspired and just to see a world that could exist.
I have seen gods fly. I've seen men build weapons that I couldn't even imagine. I've seen aliens drop from the sky.
Yeah.
But I have never seen anything like this. How much more are you hiding?
Hold up.
The film is also the third collaboration between actor Michael B. Jordan and director Ryan Coogler, who have proven themselves to be a highly successful partnership.
He knows how to get me to certain points, creatively, and I don't know. I think our process has always been the same. It's just like, you know, keep it real and be honest. You know, try to be as honest as you can within these moments of the character, of the story. So I think staying the same in that way really helps us out through all projects.
Anybody will watch Black Panther, see the Wakandans, and see these people, but still see them, just see themselves. Like see their own selves, see their country, see their family in the film. You know, and I hope that connects with folks that way.
You are a good man with a good heart. And it's hard for a good man to be a king.
Yep. I'm out of breath after that one. That was good, man.
I completely forgot what we're actually even doing here today.
I feel actually it literally just opened, but I feel like I've missed out already from watching it.
I'm going to go watch it today. I'm going to go watch it today, man. But let's get on with business here and have a little bit of fun and in some way connected to this. Time to play our regular guessing game of Guess Who, where we've deliberately blurred out the photo of someone you better know and get your brain working a little faster on this Monday morning. Can you guess who we're talking about? Well, let's give you some clues.
Absolutely. Here's the blurred out image. All right, that's
good blur.
Very, very blurred. Good blur.
Blurring,
so this is a South African actor, director and playwright. Then the 2002 production, Nothing But the Truth, was his debut as sole playwright. So there we go, that was a big one. And he's also known for his roles in films like Captain America, Civil War, Black Panther, and will voice, he will voice, of course, the voice of Rafiki in the remake of The Lion King.
Wow, so you better know who it is.
So, come on, yeah, it's almost like a no-brainer.
Yeah, and one of the greatest as well. We absolutely love him, but you can head over to our social media platforms at Expresso Show. Let us know who our mystery person is.
Hey man, and the soundtracks they were playing in that movie as well. Oh, really made you not just proudly South African, but proudly African as well. In fact, Kyle watched the movie. Did you watch it this?
Oh my word, oh my God, oh my word. Oh my word, oh my God, oh my word.
Wait, when did you go watch it?
Shut up, babes. I went to watch when I got you on Friday.
And what did you, because you gave me quite
I watched in 3D.
In 3D as well?
It was phenomenal from like the first moment. The intro to the film is crazy. Please don't watch it in 2D.
Yeah, you've got to get the full experience of the effects and everything.
They put so much effort into the 3D and the visuals of the film that you have to watch it. It's like Avatar, like how Avatar was in the beginning. How effective the cinematography is. It's really special.
Last question about it. Who was your favorite character and your favorite scene? Because I'm just all over about this movie right now.
I think my favorite character is the king who lives in the mountains.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
So I like him, and he's so comedic, and he takes his like villain role very lightheartedly, and yeah, he's cool.
Nice one, man. Nice one. I can imagine that you also put in the same amount of, well, not the same amount, but kind of the same effort when you think about creating things like your music videos. Do you said to me earlier on that you're a perfectionist. Do you stretch your imagination as far as possible to produce as great a African and South African product as you can?
Of course, bro, as far as the budget takes us. As far as the budget takes us, and we can see by this movie, like, as much as the budget is, that's what's capable in South Africa and anywhere in the world. So I think the world is on equal powers now, if you want to say that. And so whoever's got the budget is making it look the best.
Absolutely. And of course, social media has brought us all together. And one thing I've been paying attention to, dude, is your Instagram game. It's on. Hey, bruh. Yeah, it's on a level, man. It's on a level.
Yeah, I got my boy Lucky to thank for that. He's here today.
So Lucky rolls with you with the camera, yeah?
Yeah, of course he has to, but yeah, that's how it is. Visual content is key these days, and for businesses and for anything really. If you're not creating visual content, then you're behind.
Yeah. How much effort do you put into that? Because I mean, just like, not just in terms of you being styled like you are on the show because you're broadcasting on national TV, but every day it seems like you're just living on the fashion high life, bro.
You have to, bro. You have to. You're a style icon these days. You're in the people's limelight. But I dress how I feel. I wear what's cool for me, and if it works, it works. It's whatever. It's not like forced. You know?
Do you think there's a bit of a synergy between your craftsmanship and artistry as a musician, and then what you look like when you started? Like there's a cohesive synergy between them. No, you must tell me. I mean.
Yeah, I'm not lamb dressed as mutton. You know what I mean? Like what I am is authentic, and it's me. It's ever present. It's not like you're gonna see me one day where this is a different Kyle you're seeing. But you have to be one with your craft. If you're not one with your craft, it comes across that way, and it just doesn't work at the end of the day.
So outside of the music and the hard work that you put in, what else is Kyle doing and consuming his time with?
Kyle's a doctor. He's a chiropractor. He's working
still get time to
most
practice?
days. Yeah, most days I'll go into the practice, see a couple patients, go from there, go to studio or to shoots or whatever's happening. But yeah.
Be honest. Has a patient ever come up to you while you were working on them and they say, "Can't you just, sing me something while you do it?"
I thought you were going to say something else. I'm so glad that you went that way. But no, we go I don't sing for patients, but I'll play them new stuff, and I'll play them stuff that we're working on if they're interested, and it's very relaxed, bro. It's like pretty much I would play you the songs if you wanted to hear. You know? So it's very chilled. It's how life is.
No, but I love how you take it all in your stride, and you're just so chilled about it, but yet there is still this hard work that you're putting in, and we're going to get to listen and hear that a little bit later on with a brand new song that Kyle will be performing for us right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Monday morning.
Can't wait.
Next
We're coming up after the break. Is it feeling? Oh, you need Kyle to sing for you. Don't worry, she's going to hook it up. After the break, it's time for our relationship talk. Dr. Eva's in the house, and we're talking about how to survive the wedding when it comes to the family and all of the stresses. It's supposed to be the happiest day of your life, but sometimes not so much.
Well, don't worry. Someone here to make sure you have a fantastic Monday. We have the one and only Kyle Doge. He's performing for us after the break.
And Zoe wants you to sing for her.
Really?
There she is.
Get a taste of the smooth island life and win big with Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives. Buy a Tropica, follow the entry details on the pack, and you could win daily airtime prizes, American Tourista luggage for your next adventure, vouchers from loot.co.za to shop the hot daily deals online, and the grand prize of a Kia Picanto. For competition T's and C's, visit tropica.co.za. And don't forget to watch Tropica Island of Treasure Maldives every Monday at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Tell me what you need, I got it. Money for me, hey, on fire. We've been talking for too long, and I know that you've been. Time ain't waiting for no one. See, I've been going a little bit crazy, crazy over you. Lay down all of my feelings, 'cause I can't follow through. And I know that you've been waiting, waiting. Time with you ain't fading. Oh, tonight.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to you Monday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're about to get spoiled rotten right now. Kyle Deutsch about to perform some brand new music. In fact, an Expresso exclusive, never before performed. Here's a song, Crazy.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Tell me what you need, I got it. Never too far, yeah, running out of steam. No fire, and we've been talking for too long, and I know that you've been. Time ain't waiting for no one, yeah. See, I've been going a little bit crazy, crazy over you. Play down all of my feelings, 'cause I can't follow through. And I know that you've been waiting, waiting. Time with you ain't fading, no. Tell the truth now. Just tell the truth now, yeah.
Expresso, what's up? I hope you're having a good morning. I hope you're enjoying the breakfast and you're ready for your week, man. Shout out to Jaden on the keys. Peace out.
Beautiful stuff there. New music from Kyle Dudge. It's called Crazy. Check it out, man. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. He'll also be on our live Facebook broadcast just after 9 o'clock. But in the meantime, link up with us. Let us know what you thought about that while we link up with the news.
Thank you so much, Kat. Let's quickly get into your news headlines for your Monday morning. In your nasionale nuus vanoggend, die nuut verkose president Cyril Ramaphosa het gister die eerste keer as opperbevelhebber opgetree toe hy in Kimberley by die Weermag se intergeloofsdiens toegespreek het. Ramaphosa het gesê die viering van gewapende magtedag van dese week in Kimberley kan nie gering geskat word nie. Dit geskied het hy gesê op 'n tydstip dat die verandering van die regerende party se leierskap sonder enige neiging tot sinnelose bloedvergieting gevier word. Hy skryf dit toe aan die Weermag se wyse leierskap wat die oppergeslag van die grondwet en die reg respekteer. Dan die minister van polisie Fikile Mbalula sê die polisie vermoed die Gupta broers en Dudezane Zuma skuil in China, Indië of die Arabiese Emiratate. Hulle word vir beweerde korrupsie en staatskaping gesoek en sal met hulle terugkeer in die hof verskyn, het Mbalula gesê. Hy het bygevoeg, ons en ons haal aan, waar hulle ook al is, sal ons Interpol en die polisie van lande met wie ons bilaterale betrekkinge het, hulle gaan uithaal en terugbring om in Suid-Afrika voor die hof gedaag te word. In die internasionale nuus vanoggend, 'n groot skare roubeklaars het gister in Harare die begrafnis van Morgan Tsvangirai, die ontslape leier van Zimbabwe se oppositiepartye en gedigte teenstander van Robert Mugabe, bygewoon. Tsvangirai, 65, is Woensdag aand in 'n Suid-Afrikaanse hospitaal oorlede na 'n lang stryd teen kanker. Zimbabwe se president Emmerson Mnangagwa het hom gesê as 'n uitstaande politieke figuur aangespreek wat geloof in politieke swaarkry geken het en sy plek in die geskiedenis van Zimbabwe verdien. En ten slotte, 'n Iranse passasiersvliegtuig op 'n binnelandse vlug het gister in die Zagrosberge in die land vasgevlieg en 66 mense aan boord het omgekom. Internasionale sanksies oor dekades heen het veroorsaak dat Iran se vloot passasiersvliegtuie oud en afgeleef is. Om hulle in stand te hou en te moderniseer is 'n haas onbegonne taak. Gister se ongeluk was presies 'n week na 'n Russiese vliegtuig met 72 mense aan boord buite Moskou neergestort het en almal die lewe gelaat het. Dit was jou nuushooftrekk op jou Goedvoel ontbytprogram vir die maandagooggend.
After a very busy roster of sport this weekend, let's take you through those results in cricket. India went 1-0 up in their three-match T20 series against South Africa yesterday. It was after a 28-run win at the Wanderers Stadium. Yesterday's victory saw India secure their 7th win over South Africa in 8 matches across all formats. Of course, after they wrapped up the ODI series on Friday with an 8-wicket win. So the teams next head to Pretoria for the second T20 encounter, and that takes place this coming Wednesday. And plenty of action back on offer in Super Rugby. The 2018 season kicked off with fireworks this weekend and wins for the Lions and Stormers, securing opening round victories. Last year's beaten finalists, the Lions, they got off to a winning start as they outscored the Sharks by 4-3 to see out a 26-19 win at Ellis Park. While over in Cape Town, the Stormers continued their winning run against the Jaguares with a 28-20 win, of course, at Newlands. Then locally on the footballing front, Kaizer Chiefs have now jumped up to second place on the PSL table. That was on Saturday after a 1-0 win over Cape Town City in Soweto. Ryan Moon's 47th minute goal securing all 3 points for Chiefs. That now takes them 4 points just behind Mamelodi Sundowns. And of course, Cape Town City now dropped down to 6th spot on the log. Now other PSL results from the weekend: Wits beat Arrows by 2-1. Maritzburg, they put 2 past AmaZulu. Then quite an important weekend in sports, especially for Roger Federer in tennis. He returned to the #1 spot on the ATP World Rankings this weekend as he went on to lift the Rotterdam Open trophy. 36-year-old Swiss has now become the oldest player to hold the #1 ranking as he moved to the top spot for the first time since October back in 2012. America's Andre Agassi set the previous age record when he held the #1 ranking in 2003 at the age of 33. That's a wrap of your sport for this morning.
Well, let's take one final look at the roads, starting off in Gauteng and Bryanston. There's heavy traffic on Main Road southbound. That's between Lone Hill and Sloane Street. Please consider using alternative routes. Then in Bryanston, traffic lights are not working. That's on William Nicol Drive at Main Road. Heavy traffic can be expected over there, so please treat those traffic lights as a 4-way stop. That's where I leave your roads for this morning.
Thanks so much, Zoe. Let's quickly take a last look at your weather on your Monday morning. And it looks like thunder showers are forecast for the northern parts of the country. You can also expect a couple of thunder showers for KZN as well as parts of the Eastern Cape. Your temperature vanoggend, Polokwane 19 minimum with a maximum 27. Mbombela 20 with a high of 31. Pretoria 18, 28. Johannesburg 16, 27. Mahikeng 18, 28. Klerksdorp on 17 minimum reaching a high of 29. Kimberley 18, 33. Bloemfontein 16 and a high of 30. Richards Bay 22 and a high of 28. Pietermaritzburg 19, 27. Durban 23 minimum this morning with a maximum 27 degrees. Mthatha 18, 26. East London 19, 23. Cradock 15, 31. Port Elizabeth 17, 24. George 16, 23. Sutherland 11, 27. Cape Town 17, 25. Worcester 14, 31. Springbok 12, 28. And yet another hot day for Uppington, 19 minimum this morning and a scorching 37 degrees later on. And then just a last note to please remember to use water sparingly, especially in Cape Town. That's a wrap of your weather and temperatures for your Monday morning.
Thank you, Straydon. Well, we're now connecting with you on social media. We've headed over to our Facebook page. We've popped a picture up of Katlego and Kyle asking you what is your favorite song to get you up in the morning. Everyone is just loving Kyle Deutsch. Layla says there's nothing smoother than Kyle's voice. Ramona says so relaxing, especially for a Monday morning. We have one from Njabulo saying lovely, I like the song. Well, you know what, we are loving it too. Lily says my everyday crush. Nahida says, oh my gosh, Kyle, Can't Get Enough is the #1 song that lightens my mood. Hashtag Kyle Deutsch. Liesel also agreeing, saying just love the vibe Kyle sets. Hashtag Can't Get Enough of your chilled vibe. Hashtag Expresso. Well, continue to connect with us and remember to use our hashtag Expresso Show.
Well, guess what? It's that time again. The lady in red is in the hot seat. Dr. Eve is here to talk about relationships. And today, a topic that's very close to Dr. Eve's heart, and that is managing the politics and the drama between two families where a wedding is on the horizon.
We're basically talking about how to survive the wedding, which should be the happiest days of our life, or day of our lives, but sometimes not so much. So all that more coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Every weekday morning on Expresso, we help the nation start the day with a smile.
I think one of these dogs has just made a poof.
Oh, man. Apparently, that's how French bulldogs show love. When they're laxed around you, then they, you know.
I think one of my sons must be a French bulldog.
Don't miss Expresso, weekdays 6:30 to 9 a.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
back and happy Monday to you. Thank you for tuning into your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. Now, we've all heard of the notion of that bridezilla, the dreaded bridezilla, a bride who is so demanding, so stressed out that everyone around her has to be prepared to handle any logistical or relationship problems that may arise. But have you ever thought that that bridezilla might actually be caused by all of the politics and the drama of the family that they all bring together into this occasion? So it's actually like not her fault, it's everyone else's fault for not being organized.
Oh, and then poor woman gets all the blame. So are you getting married and wondering how to keep the peace between the two groups across the aisle from each other? How do you keep everyone happy during the wedding? Well, our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, is in the building to discuss this very hot topic. So please feel free to call us on 021-430-9881 or so she can engage with some of the question and comments that you have. Dr. Eve, good morning. Welcome to the show.
I'm laughing.
Is this a little close to home, this topic?
So close. I'm wearing my engagement dress. My daughter got engaged 1 month ago. So in honor of that, I'm wearing this. And I really need advice. I'm really asking the viewers to phone in.
So you're asking for
I'm asking for advice. Please come and tell me what to do. Graham's laughing. I need advice. I've just been through this. I am going through this. It is so surprising.
Okay, how about that? You give us a call and you help us help Dr. Eve, and maybe you can tell us a bit more about exactly what happened, what stressed you out. But like even when it comes to TV shows, some of the ratings go through the roof when there's weddings there. What's the big deal about a wedding that just gets everyone either very excited or very upset or very something?
Riled up.
Emotional, right? There are a lot of emotions that you're associated with. I think it is such a romance that's associated with a wedding. And as you said just now, Leanne, it's like the best day of your life. So already as you start out, you know this has got to be the best day of your life, and you kind of strive for perfection. And where do you go to kind of get an idea of what it is that you want? So what is it that you want? And that's my first bit of advice that I am going to give to viewers, to the brides and brides-to-be, irrespective of the age. Please know what you want. I really seriously see this wedding day as being symbolic of two people making their step into adulthood and actually making decisions for themselves. And that's very difficult because you've got to negotiate your own decisions together as a couple against the face of family that suddenly arrive in from all over and have their opinion and want to make sure that their opinion, their culture, their traditions, their symbolism, their family politics are deeply embedded in the ceremony that should be only about two people and about what they should be doing going forward.
I'm not even getting married, but I already feel like a certain sense of anxiety. Why is there just so much expectation on this day to please everybody, to make sure that you are not stepping on Auntie so-and-so's foot or not inviting so-and-so because so-and-so will be, you know, offended? What is it about weddings that just makes people feel such a heavy sense of expectation?
You know, I think the notion of a wedding is magnificent. I love the ceremony of it. I think it's really important because what it is, it's a for most people, a religious ceremony, and as we know, it is a communal activity. So it is the community's way of looking at you and saying, we endorse what's happening over here. We are giving you a status which gives you a different status to just living together or being together. And it's very important that people go through that ritual.
Well, when we come back, we'll be engaging you as you call us on 021-430-9881. I want to ask Dr. Eve the question, do we place too much importance on weddings? Not marriage, but weddings. You can tell us, do you think we make it too important such that it stresses us out? We'll be back with Dr. Eve.
Well, listen, while we are navigating the stresses of managing family relations during the wedding time with Dr. Eve, we thought we'd add some advice being shared by taking and at least talking how to navigate certain logistics of your wedding. Now, for this, we've brought in talented wedding planner Jessica Hubert, who is the owner of Mon Amour Events. Jessica, it's great to have you back.
Thank you so much for having me.
The last time you were here, we spoke about Pinterest. Now it's all about, you know, where do you start when you're engaged and you want to start planning your wedding? For you, what's the #1 tip when it comes to starting?
I think the most important is to definitely do your research. It's so important to just know that, you know, these are more or less the dates that we're looking at, and then take it from there.
Okay. Doesn't the venue determine the date, or is it?
Definitely.
Okay.
If you're looking for a venue that's very like popular, if you could say it like that, you're looking at easy like a year in advance to getting a venue. So like your peak seasons would be between November and March. And then your mid to low season would probably be obviously in between those months. And then you're looking at about 6 to 8 months before the time.
Yes. So that at least gives you some time to plan, because I can only imagine when it comes to the budget, your venue hire and often the dress can be the most expensive. In terms of venue trends, what have you been noticing?
Look, venue trends, it's so hard because obviously all of the brides are trying to keep up with the trends, but we need to remember that you need to keep to your style. But to be very honest with you, every bride is looking for either the Winelands wedding or, you know, that mountain backdrop. But I would definitely say, like, for example, in this photo, you know, that outdoor weddings is definitely such a big, like, we have to have that, just because there's a lot of time for outdoor weddings, you know, having that, how could I say, like, no noise restrictions, party all night, have fun, which is so much fun. And then also you get the industrial feel, which is really a trend at the moment, doing something that maybe possibly like a warehouse like this, the old tannery, you know, because brides are looking for something different at the end of the day. They don't want a typical, you know, the same wedding all the time.
Yes, I went to a wedding last weekend where they Airbnb'd a house in Misty Cliffs, and it was unbelievable and so different as well. Now, when it comes to the dress, how soon should you order and, you know, make plans to have your dress made?
Look, I think with every bride, you just want to start. You don't want to wait. So you just got to remember that you're only getting married in a few months or a while. So I would say to be realistic, about 6 to 8 months before the wedding. Just so that you can make sure that you have all that time to do your final fittings and all of that. But then again, it all depends on alterations. If you're a bit of a picky bride, then you might need to go for a few more than
fittings,
usual.
Keeping that in mind.
Yes.
Let's talk some of the wedding trends, dress trends that you've come across lately.
Yes. So what we've got a few images actually here today to show you that there's a few that we've seen on the bridal runway. So you'll see that on this image, the bows on the shoulders is actually becoming so prominent, which is really beautiful. So bows are really definitely in this season.
That's very cute.
Yeah, and then they've also accentuated it also either like on the waist, which is quite stunning, or off the shoulder. And then something very interesting is actually like a touch of color.
Okay.
So you'll see like they'll use different types of materials to just create that like soft pink instead of like your typical off-white or something like that.
I like that it's breaking away from the traditional way you would look at a dress. You would assume it must just be white, but I've seen some ivory ones, but it's great. Well, Jessica, I believe you're not going anywhere. We still have to talk about table decor and planning your wedding, so don't go anywhere as we head back to Dr. Eve.
Both the ladies are picking their jaws up from the floor, those beautiful dresses. But okay, so I want to start off with the question I left you with last time, Dr. Eve. With all due respect to the fact that, yes, it is an important day and you want people to celebrate, are we as a community and society placing way too much importance on the wedding day and what happens there? I mean, we see the royal wedding and it's at this beautiful cathedral and it's just, it's fairy tale stuff. Have we made unrealistic expectations of ourselves?
There is really interesting research at looking at where did this whole wedding story begin. And it started with Vera Wang, who started with the idea of the dress. And from that evolved an industry which has captured every single woman's imagination. And so this day becomes about money, flowers, venue, things that I don't think are really valuable, Kat. I think that one has to look at what is really valuable. And this is what I say to my daughter, you know, what is really valuable to you? What do you really value? Status, money, flowers, or an experience that you're going to remember. And with people that really matter to you. Otherwise, you're caught in this machine that just kind of drags you along. And then there's the wedding planner. You have to have a wedding planner. Like, why do you have to have a wedding planner? So if you can tell me why, I would like to hear why. So the day becomes the big event, and I think there should be more time spent on looking at the relationship. I always say, you know, if one took the money that one spent on this wedding day and invested it in something that would be beneficial to the couple, whatever it is for them, whether it be a furniture, an overseas trip, things for their baby, something for a house, But nobody does that. Well, few people do that. Why? Because they do want to have that feeling, that experience of just celebration, and they want to do it in the midst of family. But there are ways to do it.
Do you think a lot of us get married for the spectators?
You have to have spectators, Leanne. That's what the purpose of a wedding is.
Yeah.
Is that you have to get married, as I said earlier, in a community so that there are witnesses. That's really what a wedding is, so that you are witnessed, forming a union and creating and saying vows and oaths to each other, which almost your community holds you to it. Yeah. So that also research shows us kind of keeps marriages together, and the more religious you are, the more likely you are to stay in that wedding, in that marriage, because you've had this wedding ceremony, which you've committed yourself to in public.
Exactly, but what I mean by that is, are we getting married more for, you know, to show off the lavishness of what it is that we can put forward in comparison with, you know, your best friend who got married, now yours needs to be better than hers, things like that, as rather than really a celebration of your and my love for one another and committing before God and witnesses, as it should be. Now it's to do better than so-and-so.
And because where does better ever end?
Exactly.
Because there's just like one-upmanship all the time around, I want to have something different to what my best friend had. And so I'm going to, you know, look for a bigger, better venue with more and more people. I think also that I'm just thinking about different cultures and traditions where there are, the normative would be, you know, 300 people at a wedding, and you have, you know, huge pots of food, and that's perfectly wonderful.
Could we touch on that when we come back, and also how much authority you should give moms and dads and parents in having a say about what happens at your wedding? Give us a call on 0214309881. Even if you are that mom that says, I need to have all the say, you call us.
Dr. Eve needs to know.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Monday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast show. A caller's on the line engaging with us on the topic today of the politics and drama around weddings and families across the aisle from each other. Anonymous from Cape Town. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Great to have you on the line. What's your question, comment, or advice?
Well, basically, I just want to say, you know, everyone gets so excited about their wedding day. And you plan this so long in advance, but then actually at the end of the day, it is your plan and then there's God's plan. I mean, my grand died the day before I got married, so we had our wedding in the morning and then we had a funeral in the afternoon. So you really just never know what could happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what would you say? Would you do it differently because there is a God plan as well? Or did you not enjoy the whole process? I would hope you enjoyed the process of planning because that's part of the wedding, right?
Yes, definitely. You do enjoy the process. I mean, it's the most exciting time.
So,
but I mean, when the day actually comes, I mean, your expectation and what really does happen, nobody can foresee that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you struggle to work out the dynamics of whose advice you listened to in terms of both sides of the family? Because that's, where I'm struggling. Help me here.
Okay, well, I think for me, I just basically see these are the people who I have to have, at the wedding. Yeah. And then I let my parents just decide who they wanted. So basically, as long as the people I wanted were there, it was really up to them who else they decided to invite.
So I'm going to ask you the question that I know Kat wants to ask me. Who paid for the wedding? Where does the power lie?
Well, basically, at the time, like my dad covered most of it, but I mean, I also contributed as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much for that call.
Thank you
for sharing with us as well. We've got another caller on the line as well. People really want to weigh in on this.
Exactly. Muller from Neisner. Good morning. Welcome to Expresso. What is your question, comment, or advice for Dr. Eve?
Good morning, guys. I really enjoy your program. I just want to say, when me and my wife got married 2 years ago, it was quite a big thing because you get two families that's coming together, so you do want to do your own thing, but you must also represent both families, so when you give attention to the one, then the other one feel left out, so that was quite tough, and and you, even if you really feel this is a good idea or whatever, then you really have to take the emotions of the other one into account, and it was sometimes really tough. So I just wanted to say that, and then the other thing is it must really represent who you are, but you must still stick to some tradition. So so I'd say to balance that out by doing mostly what tradition says and so, but also doing something else. Like for instance, we lit a fire instead of cutting a cake.
Yes.
But I don't like cake, But anyways, that's my advice.
Thank you very much. And it's quite important what he says there about the wedding being a representation of yourself at the end of the day. But, like I was asking earlier on, Dr. Eve, if you're... we don't even have time. I'm going to leave you with this question. Yeah, we're going to come back to it. What happens if, let's say, the one family has paid the majority of the wedding? Do they have more say about what happens at the wedding than the other? Because just even thinking about that makes you go, whoo. So give us a call on 021-4309-881.
Well, we are still with Jessica from Monomore Events, and while Dr. Eve is handling out the drama and the family, we want to make sure that everything's exciting leading up to your wedding day. That's why Jessica is helping us to talk about different table setting ideas and trends that you're seeing for 2018. You've got a beautiful spread here in front of us, so let's start with, I love the bronze that I'm seeing here.
Yeah, no, look, this setup is specifically for that modern industrial bride.
Okay.
I don't know if you've actually noticed the matte black cutlery before.
I have not.
But that is definitely coming in, so you can only imagine. I wasn't able to get it today, but that could also really look beautiful with the setting. And then either like a touch of that charcoal color.
Yes, it's very different because you'd never think of putting matte black cutlery out for a wedding. I mean, you can see the coppers and the golds coming through, but generally the standard cutlery is usually silver.
Yes, exactly. But these days there's so many options, and I just love those daring brides that are willing to do something like that.
Yeah, so that's for the industrial look. What else do you have for us?
So the one right next to that is actually for a more girly girl, if I could say it like that. Floral is something that I feel will always remain something that brides love. You'll see that this really has some beautiful touches on the stationery or even the napkins. So you'll see on this one actually next to it, there's so many different patterns that napkins these days have, and not to mention actually candles.
Okay. Yeah, candles can really, really add and really create that atmosphere as well. So we've got something for the industrial look, we've got something for the girly girl bride, and your last one?
So that one is more for your romantic sort of style. Okay. So more simplistic and clean, but just some elegant touches, like you've got your cut crystal glassware.
I really, really like that. Now, In terms of the, the trimmings, that can really add up on the wedding day in terms of if you don't want to break the budget.
Yes.
Is it better to hire all of these things? Would you rather recommend they make them? What is your take on not breaking the bank when it comes to planning your wedding?
Look, what's quite nice is that a lot of venues actually include items. So rather add like touches of it. So you'll see that with this element here, we've got a standard glassware, but then just adding a small little touch of something crystal is really something quite nice. Or just like we've got just our standard silver cutlery over there. So just those small touches instead of actually, if you wanted to go through with all the hiring items.
Well, I really like that. Jessica, thank you so much for joining us and showing us these wonderful trends in front of us. You're getting married pretty soon, right? How's the planning going? Everything done?
Well, we'll say it's on track. We'll say it's on track.
On track. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing this with us. And where can people find you on social media?
We're definitely on Instagram, so we've got some Instagram stories and all of that, keeping up to date, as well as Facebook.
Oh, fantastic. Well, make sure you follow Jessica on Instagram. And of course, good luck to you if you're busy planning your wedding.
All right, yes. Back again with Dr. Eve. Go ahead.
Exactly. We've got another call on the line. I love that everybody's chatting to us. Estelle from Bloemfontein, good morning. What's your question or comment for Dr. Eve?
Yes, hi, good morning, Expresso team.
Hey.
Hi, Estelle. You can go for it.
I've got a comment for Dr. Eve.
Go ahead.
I hope she's not getting married.
No, she hopes you're not getting married. Why do you say that, Estelle? Why?
Because she's dressed in a very, very lovely dress.
It's my daughter's engagement dress that I wore to the engagement, which is why I'm wearing it today, because of our topic. But thank you, Estelle. That is very kind.
Go ahead, Estelle. We're listening. Go ahead.
Dr. Eve?
Yes.
I actually have a comment. Every young couple is allowed to have their own decision-making. We're not living in the old age anymore. So parents are not there to make decisions where it comes to couples getting married. Suggestions are more than welcome, and the couple can have time to rethink it. If I don't like it, if I want to have a bride tonight, I want to dress in jeans and a t-shirt.
And that's your wedding, and you're allowed to do so.
Yeah, and if I want to have a barn bride, so, and my parents don't like it, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Estelle, I'm from Bloemfontein too, so maybe that's why we think the same. I'm absolutely with you on the same page around that. We say that, and in principle, I absolutely agree with that.
Thank you very much for that, Estelle. Question, is this something you should be discussing with, let's say, both families from the beginning? So you've asked for the hand in marriage, or however the process works in your tradition, and it's going to happen, right? To have a formal meeting, perhaps even at that engagement party, to say, guys, we realize you're going to want to have a lot of input in this, but we need to move forward in this manner, realizing that this is our day, we're going to make it happen.
You are so on point. So that's what I did too, Kat. Called a family meeting.
Yes.
Let's be adult about it, because this is blending of families, and there are real, very difficult emotions of sharing and standing back and saying, I wanted my way, and the kids sit on the couch and it's like, what about us? Of course, it has to be about the couple. Yeah. So the most important thing is to have boundaries. Yeah. You really, really need to have boundaries, and you need to be able to have complete respect for parents, me included, and be able to say, actually, don't like your idea. You bring up the issue of money and where does the power lie, and that's like a really important thing. And I really do believe that for a couple who are getting married, especially if you are established and you're a little older, you're earning your money, pay for your wedding yourself. Just get the parents out so that they do not have to have any influence on what happens. If parents want to, contribute, that's really cool, but pay for it yourself so you can take complete ownership of it. Even if it's smaller or not as lavish as what your parents might be able to afford, own it. Own your own wedding.
I agree with that, because I do know that once someone gives you money, they have a lot of power in saying what happens in the wedding. But thank you so much, Dr.
It brings that song to mind. It's my party, and I can cry if I want to.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, we'll be doing this again next week.
Some amazing
Until then,
raised. We don't say it often, but first here on the show after the break, we're going to make a carrot cake smoothie. Stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's round 2 of our Aerobics fitness introduction. Patrick is here with his squad, and you're about to take us through round 2?
Round 2 of our dance workout again. So I'm going to take you guys through your turn step, and we'll take it from there. Are you guys ready?
Yes, we are ready. So you at home already join us this morning as we do some Aerobics.
Look, when I enjoy the show. All right. All right, just shake it out. Shake it out. Just get your body warm up, guys.
Warm up.
Bring it down. And up. All right. Good. 4, 3, 2, go. 1, 2. Four more to go. Move your hands, guys, and give me some nice smile. One more. And shuffle. Just to let you know, exercise with your drum, talking drum. Keep moving. Stretch your hands out. Push it out. Last one. And bring it back. Work on your abs. All right, now we're gonna take it down to the next workout now. 4. Are you ready now?
Yes.
Same thing, guys, but now it's gonna be on high tempo. 4, 3, 2,
Should I be worried?
and 4, 3, 2, go. Come on. 4 more to go. Your hands, guys. Make sure you lift up your rib cage. Relax your shoulders. Give me some nice smile. Last one, and shuffle. Come on. Come on.
I love the
Work on your arms.
Woo! Okay, listen, Patrick, where can people get a hold of you for those who are interested in Aerobics?
You can always find me on Instagram, Facebook. Just search Aerobics.
Aerobics. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this morning as we introduce you to some Aerobics.
Yes, 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 man. How entertaining was that? Zoe getting her high fives done. That was awesome, Zoe. Come, bring it in, bring it. Come on, bring it in. Well done, well done. Shit, that's amazing, man.
How cool is that? It was
Nice
a
little
full
rhythm.
body workout. And you know, the cool thing is that was a beginner introduction thing, but he
Yeah.
says that you get intermediate and really a little bit more intense as well.
Awesome stuff. That looks so much fun. What a way
Out
to
of
start
breath
your
now.
Monday morning. Listen, let's make a smoothie to cool you down a little bit. So we have a carrot cake smoothie, all right?
Oh, yay.
So it's inspired, of course, who doesn't love carrot cake?
It's my favorite cake.
It's amazing.
Yes.
But we're doing it without the cake, so it's nice and healthy as well. So you can start adding some ingredients.
Okay.
Some coconut cream.
There we go.
There we have it. And then we have, so great way also to use up the carrots that's left over in your fridge, which is great. So here we have about 2 or 3 chopped carrots.
Okay, I would never have thought you can just put carrots into a NutriBullet.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
So this is also, it will add a lot of kind of moisture as well. Your carrots and frozen bananas.
Okay.
And then we have our Clover Crush orange juice.
Oh, yes.
So we're gonna just get a nice little dash of that in there. I think that should be fine. You can always add a little bit more afterwards or judge it out. Okay, now we have some walnuts, all right? Great natural probiotic, which is amazing. And some cinnamon.
Yes.
All right, so I'm not gonna put everything just yet.
There we go.
Let's keep it a little bit for garnish. All right, if you mind, give that a blast, Zoe. The keyword is drink. SMS that to 33728, and you can get your hands on the recipe as well. Yes, Zoe. There we go.
The orange flavor is coming through.
You can see the carrots. What's that, beta carotene or what? Beautiful.
Let's give it a shake. Yep,
That
it's all
should be
mixed
done.
up.
Is that
There
good?
we go. Yes, yes, yes.
Fantastic. Now the keyword is drink. SMS that to 33728. Once again, you can make this as thick or as thin as you possibly want. This is a nice little thick one. And you can see, oh, lovely. And then what I'm going to do, you're going to have to try it. So a little bit of cinnamon on top, just for garnish. And you are A for away, Zoe. The keyword is drink. SMS that to 33728. How's that?
You get a good banana, you taste the carrots, you can taste the pecan nuts. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Does it taste like carrot cake?
It does.
That's all I want to know. The keyword is drink. SMS that to 33728.
Crush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life.
Made with love by Clover. Oh my goodness. Now, Clover Crush is more than just a great tasting fruit juice. It's also a fruit juice brand that cares. Goodness is at the center of its core, and everything that Clover Crush stands for is all about goodness and wanting to spread goodness throughout communities in South Africa. So one of South Africa's most acclaimed musical artists, Lyra, is a member of the Crush Goodness crew, and she's also one of the celebrities who is proving that a little goodness can go a long way for South Africa's children.
It isn't always easy trying to understand someone else's problems. But something that may seem obvious and simple, but is often overlooked, is taking a walk in someone else's shoes. In the next few weeks, 10,000 students will each receive a brand new pair of school shoes to prepare them for the year ahead. This is all part of the hashtag Crush Goodness campaign by Clover Crush, a brand synonymous with spreading goodness.
Ekukanyeni Primary School is one of 12 schools across 5 provinces where learners will receive brand new Smart Steps by Novita shoes as part of the hashtag Crush Goodness campaign.
Crush is about goodness. The brand stands for goodness from what we put in. So we wanted to extend what you put into the brand externally as well by doing something good and spreading positivity. We want people to not only see what we're doing from a goodness perspective, but when they do something good within their communities, to remember to always use the hashtag Crush Goodness for everything good that they do will essentially make the message stand out within the markets and in the environments out there.
Award-winning songstress Lyra is a former learner of the school and jumped at the opportunity to be a part of the celebration and help inspire the learners to reach for their dreams.
Lyra, what inspired you to become a Goodness crew member?
I went to school here many years ago and I haven't been back here since then. And so I wanted to use this opportunity to not only remind them that it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't determine where you end up. And also a gesture like this, I think, will be very uplifting for these children. And of course, with Crush coming along and spoiling the kids with little goodies, it really means a lot to the children in the long run. So it might be something that we're doing for one day, but it'll be far more reaching.
I think a lot of children out there take something as simple as school shoes for granted, but it can mean the world to some of the children here at this school.
And even when I went to school, there were children that would go with shoes with holes in them, and you still have that now. So sometimes your old school's shoes that you outgrow that are still in good condition could really make a very tangible difference to someone. A small gesture of goodness can really go a long way.
These shoes are from last year. I used it from term 1 to term 4, and last time my friends were laughing me that my shoes, they were old. When I heard that there is new shoes coming, I felt happy.
What does it mean to have a personality like Lyra be a part of this campaign and to return to one of her old schools?
Having someone like Lyra join the Crush Goodness crew and being part of the campaign adds to the aspiration, essentially, to the community as well as to the school. It also gives a lot of hope to the children because she came from this environment and look at where she is now. So it gives a stronger drive to the campaign, but also inspires the children within the school to essentially work harder and make a difference within your own environment as well.
Our learners were very much excited when they heard that Lyra will be coming, because we even informed them that Lyra was once our learner. Then I also hope that it gave them an inspiration to say the sky will be their limit.
I felt very happy to see Lyra, because I only see her in the TV when she is singing. And she's not ashamed of her school. And she came back to her school and to show us that she was from our school.
How important is it for these young school children to get the nutrients that they need to stay focused at school?
Because Crush is 100% fruit juice and it has added vitamins, that made it align with my values. Nutrition is also a very important part of coming up as a young student. So when the kids are well fed and they're fed with good nutrition, of course they can thrive and they can focus and they can do their best.
Spreading goodness begins with doing one thing to make a difference, and these young learners are helping to spread the goodness with little things at school and at home.
I'm spreading goodness at home by helping my mother doing things at home, and at school I listen to my teachers when they teach me.
It's about inspiring someone to make a difference within their community, and remembering to always hashtag Crush Goodness when you spread a little goodness in your own environment.
And on that happy and inspirational note, there's only one thing left to say.
Crush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, well done, Lyra. Lovely seeing all those happy smiles out there. But right now, returning to our kitchen, not so much our kitchen. Now, this Monday on Afternoon Express, make sure that you don't miss it. In the kitchen, the team is actually keeping it healthy with a power-packed punch. It's a super punch that is filled with vitamins and minerals, no sugar or artificial sweeteners. It's super easy to make and the perfect beverage for a lunchbox as well. So that's on Afternoon Express this afternoon, 4:30. Don't miss it.
You guessed it, you know what the music means. It's How to Shine with Mac Kitchen Cleanup Time. So, you know, we don't want you to cry over spilt milk, but burnt milk, that's rough, man. Don't you hate it when you're boiling milk, and this happens with bubbers in the mix, and then it boils over, and then it gets burnt, and it seems like nothing is going to be able to get it off. So don't worry. We are going to help you tackle one of the toughest, I think, grippiest. Is that a term? Scientific term? Grippiest.
Milk is the worst.
But it's awful. You can see our lovely example there. I just want to get in there and clean it. But we've got some very helpful tips for you.
Exactly. Luckily for your pots, we know how to get the stuck-on mess off, as well as tackle that milky mixture that nearly almost always adheres to the pan. So firstly, grab your favorite dishwashing liquid. Okay, Mac, a wooden spoon or your scrubby pad, or even your spatula. Then generously squeeze some Mac onto the bottom of the pot. Now, Mac's high foam formula and active lemon will definitely remove those burn stains in no time. Add a few millimeters of warm water to the pot so that it covers the Mac. And then pop your pot onto a stove and bring to a boil.
Ah, see, that's the secret there. So do it as quickly as you possibly can. Then let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. Leave it for a while. Turn off the stove and give the bottom of your pot a scrape using that wooden spoon, your scrubby or your spatula. Obviously something that's not going to scratch it too much, something that's plastic, that would really be ideal, or wooden. Then rinse out the pot and wash and dry as usual. And your pot should be spotless and shiny once you've done that, with a fresh fragrance as well.
Ta-da! Matt makes cleaning so easy, and we're making it easy for you to win a Mac hamper every week. And to stand a chance of winning, all you have to do is SMS the keyword MAC, M-A-Q, to 33728. SMSs are charged at R1.50. No free SMSs apply, and T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Yep, and this week's giveaway ends at midnight this Friday, so get on it.
For every dish, for every occasion, Mac makes it easy for you to shine.
Well, stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. After the break, Kyle Deutsch and the Hoop the Loop Challenge. It's on.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Time for us to take a look one last time at social media. We need to find the answer to our Guess Who game. Now, this very famous person was on Captain America as well as Black Panther and will be the voice of Rafiki in The Lion King. Let's see if you got it right. And it seems everybody got it right. Ayanda, Teboho, Iketeng got it right. Nontlantla got it right. Denver got it right. Yes, it is Dr. John Kani, the legend. Couldn't agree with you more. Absolutely proud of him, especially in the latest role of Black Panther as well. So that's the answer to our Guess Who game. Well done to everybody that got it right.
You know what time it is. Oh my word, oh my gosh, oh my word. Listen, Kyle Deutsch is in the house and we're going to challenge him to the official Hoop the Loop challenge. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's very simple. All you got to do is keep this hula hoop and all the others that will follow afterwards on your hips for 30 seconds, bruv. 30 seconds and we add on points. 100 points per hoop. Every time you drop it, we minus 10 points. You only have 3 lives. Simple as that, so. The whole country is watching. Everyone knows we're smooth, it's a game, you are jiving, all those things. I'm going to count you down. Kyle Deutsch, are you ready?
You didn't even give me one practice. I saw you.
No practice,
earlier.
Baba. Is this you? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Kyle Deutsch on it. Baba, hey, Baba. Oh my word. Oh my gosh. Get it right, get it right. Yeah? No, you too.
I don't know which way is going to be better.
Whichever's best for you.
This way.
You can go whichever's best for you. 3, 2, 1, hoop the loop. No ways, guys. Kyle Deutsch cannot hula hoop. What's going on? Wait.
I can't do this.
One more. Maybe can I remove your accessory? Because maybe it's the.
That's not gonna do nothing.
It's the money bag.
Nothing. You must stand here.
Okay, just get the motion, Owen. It's all here.
I've got that motion, but this initial shandy is not the one.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go, Kyle. Nice.
Oh my word.
I can't believe it.
I'm too hasty, eh? I'm too hasty.
Guys, get it here.
I need to practice.
Get it here. You need practice. But where's the motion of the ocean? I thought Devon boys had got it.
I gave it all to you and never
You look so sports like when you came in this morning. We thought it was going to be.
I can't do this thing.
It's
I
crazy.
need more training, I need more...
Just hip action.
Zoe, maybe you should show.
Yeah,
how about that?
Okay, here we go.
Stand back.
Even heels.
Watch the.
She is
like easy, man. She's not even.
But it's the arrogant smile that you must really take in.
I need to start it at the top here, so I give it longer to go down.
So Kyle, based on the fact that you've seen how to do it right, would you like to give it one more try? One more try? I feel like we should. Now you know how easy it can be.
To the point number one.
Okay, like you saw, it's easy, Kyle. Just do it so we get...
Step forward.
You're going to hit our gondola.
I was hoping to hit it so I could blame it on
Nice and easy.
Easy. There we go. There we go. You see, when you add an ankle cheese,
it's the
that's when it went downhill.
Listen, I think it's almost time for us to go now. Thanks so much for coming around today, dude. We really do appreciate it. All the time.
Giving us some new music.
Yeah. Is that song available yet for you know, can you pop it online? Nothing.
Oh, really?
None of that. Okay, well, if you'd like to watch it some more, we have it on our YouTube channel.
Go onto one of our Instagram feeds.
The music videos up.
And then we'll also have Kyle performing just after 9 o'clock live on our Facebook page, so make sure that you get that.
Exactly. Guys, if you haven't gone to see Black Panther yet, what have you been doing with your life?
Oh, my
Wakanda
word.
Forever, it's a thing. Absolutely amazing. But coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show tomorrow, we have the one, the only, Yvonne Chaka Chaka! Oh my gosh, I cannot even deal. It's going to be amazing.
And then it is all about bipolar awareness, something that affects so many South Africans globally, a massive phenomenon. We're going to come to grips with that. We're going to open up the lines, get rid of the stigma attached to it as well. It's going to be a very frank discussion tomorrow. I love that. Yeah.
And of course, as award season continues, we take a look at the BAFTA red carpet. That's of course the British Film Awards. Yes, so it's going to be amazing. Yeah, so much to take
Your
into.
My BAFTA meaning is completely different to yours.
Especially after the omelet.
Like the farting awards.
But your film critique of Black Panther earlier was so on point. I thought you would know the BAFTAs. Come on, no, you're on point.
Is that just for decor purposes, or do you put something in there?
I put stuff in here every now and then, and
like
I've been told I need to pay special attention to like how long I spend opening, just to make sure everyone makes sense.
It's like the new wallet,
too much money inside there.
Oh my gosh, so much money! I think can I start rocking this? What do you guys think? Yeah?
I think it's nice.
It's good that it makes your pecs pop.
You know what I mean? So that's Black Panther. Anyway, guys, enjoy your Monday. Here we go. Let's do like we started. Wakanda Forever.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
Every weekday morning on Expresso, we help the nation start the day with a smile.
I think one of these dogs has just made a poof.
Oh, man. Apparently, that's how French bulldogs show love. When they're laxed around you, then they, you know.
I think one of my sons must be a French bulldog.
Don't miss Expresso, weekdays 6:30 to 9 a.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
Where's it? Change now. No, it's not that one.